How you doing? This is Stefan, and we're going to talk today about a serious topic. It's called ransomware. You may have heard of it, and we're going to talk about who it has recently affected and what's kind of going on with that. So let's just jump into it. So, ransomware. What's that? Ransomware is a piece of malware. Gets on your machine, encrypts everything, and then some hacker or attacker demands a ransom to decrypt your data and give it back to you. So here's the issue with that. First of all, this has been affecting a lot of people. So many people that now there's a cottage industry of companies that are actually trying to help negotiate ransom so that people can get their stuff back. And there's a few issues with that too. But first, let me get into who some of the most the biggest ones have been affected by this. First of all, the oil company called Colonial back up in New Jersey. Probably heard of it. It's been all over the news. Um, they got their stuff. They got attacked by a ransomware attacker. All their stuff got encrypted, and during that time that everything got encrypted, gas prices went crazy. People went nuts trying to get gas from the gas stations and stuff like that because they didn't know what was going to come next. Well, the company Colonial paid the ransom and got some of their data back. I believe. I think they're still trying to decrypt it, but it's going to take a long time to get everything back. But at least for the time being, they are able to function and gas had gone back to normal. I think. I'm not sure of it. I don't drive, so I'm not sure. But I believe that the gas had gone back to normal or it started to come back down. But the other thing is a police station. The DC police has also been attacked by ransomware. And the DC police did not, as far as I know, didn't pay a ransom. They made an offer that the hacker didn't like, but even the fact that they made an offer is like, oh boy. So I have come to find out that some information about um, about informants and stuff like that have been released. Um, I don't know if they even have contact information for the local crime syndicates that might be nearby, but they have released information, and things might get a little bit nuts around here. But aside from that, let's get into what this all means. So we have government entities and very important companies getting attacked by ransomware. This is bringing in lots of money to the hackers, but it's also to the point where it's also bringing in money enough to create a small industry of people or even firms that will help to negotiate a ransom to pay to an attacker. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this to make you aware, to prepare for more ransomware attacks. It might even happen to you, and if you're not careful. So, what can you do to protect yourself? Well, I have strategies that I will share with companies. I mean, customers that I'm not going to just share over here out in the open for anybody to kind of look at and try to find mitigation tactics for, workarounds for. I'm not going to do that. But one thing I will share is backups. Now, I'm not sponsored by this company, but I've been using them for at least 10 years. It's been a long time, so long that I don't even remember when I started using them. But this company's name is BackBlaze. And, although, like I said, I'm not getting sponsored by them, at least you can help me get a free month, right? So, BackBlaze, I put a link in the description. What they'll do is that you'll create a password, or you'll create a encryption key, and they have a piece of software that will go ahead and back up all of your important information, but you are the only one that'll be able to decrypt it. Now it's an unlimited backup, and for each computer, it's like $6 or $7 per machine per month, which is crazy. I mean, you get unlimited backups for $6 or $7 a month. Here's some things that you have to understand though. They will not back up operating system files like Windows. They don't back up like your network cache or anything like that. They will back up your favorites. They'll back up your pictures. They'll back up your data, but they're not going to back up anything that like installers or anything like that. That's not going to be backed up. Now, how this might help you against ransomware attacks is that, okay, if somebody gets a copy of your data, you can go back up to 30 days, I believe. I think it's up to 30 days to pull your data, re-download your data and reinstall on your system. So basically, it'll be a situation of, deleting the what you have, this encrypted stuff on your computer, basically rebuilding your system, putting Windows on there, and then re-downloading your stuff from BackBlaze. That's pretty much how that would go. It's kind of a disaster recovery thing, and I think everybody's going to need this, whether you're a big company, a small company, or even an individual, because there's so much money coming into this, and so many people are being affected by this that I feel the need to at least give you this to help you in case that ransomware attack occurs. What this does not protect is if your stuff is backed up and a ransomware attack occurred and a malicious person has a copy of your data, if you ignore them or if you don't pay a ransom or whatever, they may take and share decrypted copies of your data and sell it on like a dark web or something like that, which is why you want to try to avoid having that happen to you in the first place. How do you try to avoid this from happening to you in the first place? Number one, keep everything updated. Check your computer periodically for updates. Your smartphone, especially, because you carry it with you. Your computer may not have location data, for instance, but your smartphone does. Pictures that you took on your smartphone, by default, are going to also have where you were when you took that picture. This is how they can come back and say a year ago you were at the Eiffel Tower and show a picture that you took while you were at the Eiffel Tower a year ago. That's how that all happens. So I'm saying all that to say that can also that can be very valuable to somebody that wants to either uh, uh, blackmail you or try to get money out of you or steal your identity entirely. It can be very valuable for someone else, or someone that wants to, I don't know, kidnap you or whatever. You never know. You don't know how far these people may go, especially if they're being sold. This is being sold on the dark web. Who knows what they're going to do with that information? So try to avoid getting that stolen from you in the first place by making sure things stay updated. Keep your antivirus updated and scan all the time. And then on top of that, be careful where you go and what you do. Emails that might come to you might seem urgent. I put in a video previously, just calm down, pay attention to what's going on here. Because, like ask yourself, would the IRS ever email me, or would stuff like that. You know that, okay, like for instance, your bank is not going to contact you and tell you to, give them your card number. You will need to contact your bank. Now, there might be some smarter attackers that will send you something, and I'm kind of getting off course a little bit, but you might have some smart attackers that might send you something that looks legit. And what I would probably do in that case is just, instead of don't use any of the information that was sent to you over email. Call your bank directly and see if there's anything wonky going on with your bank account. But with that, okay, you go to websites, or if you are, if you're trying to get something done, like say for instance, you want to get an EIN number for a new business, try to make sure you pay attention to what website you actually went to do that, because there are sites out there that will say, yeah, get your EIN here, and or you'll search, and the first result you click on may not actually be the IRS. It could be a website that's made to look like the IRS. So you want to make sure that what you're clicking on, where you're going, and look at the address bar, because they can't hide the server that you're going to. But the thing is, they might use tactics to trick you. Like for instance, they might make it IRS dot something or irs.gov dot something or whatever. So it kind of looks like you're at IRS, but you want to pay close attention to what is written in the address bar, make sure everything's spelled correctly and all that stuff. But let's see. So make sure things stay up to date, especially your antivirus and scan, and be careful what you do on your computer. These, for the most part, will be able to thwart a lot of attacks that come your way. But there are other things that are kind of outside of the end user's control. It really comes down to the company that put out the operating system, or the company that put out the software, the hardware, whatever it might be. So this is the whole reason why you want to stay up to date with your OS. So keep your updates updated, or keep your software updated. Make sure you get all the firmware updates, the latest drivers, all that stuff, and scan your computer periodically. That's why every couple of every month, I put out a video to kind of remind you, companies that get attacked with things, and remind you to keep your stuff updated and scanned, because if you don't scan on a normal basis or a regular basis, you may not actually catch something that's on your computer that may cause problems. And get a backup system. $6 or $7 a month. I mean, how much is your data really worth to you, right? $6 or $7 a month to have an unlimited encrypted backup of your data only, not the installers, will actually go a long way to helping you as time goes on. Like, for instance, I mean, it may not even be such like a ransomware type of situation. It could be a situation where you're just buying a new computer. Well, you've got an offline backup of everything you can just copy over. Or if like if your computer crashes or something like that, you can't get your data from your old system. At least you have a copy of it somewhere. So with that, I'm going to let you be. BackBlaze, go down to the description and click the link there, so you can go ahead and get started on your subscription. It usually takes about a day or two, or maybe 3, depending on how much data you have, to do your first full backup. And after that, it just anything that changes, it backs it up, and you don't even have to think about it. All right. So until next time, this is Stefan, and watch for that ransomware. See you.